Hello people, I am Jaby KOAY, joined by Jared, like a chariot, JARAD KOPCIAK.
Riding to the sun, baby.
We're looking at KAVALUDAARI, the official trailer starring Anant Nag, Rishi. It's written and directed by Hemanth Rao, with music by Charan Raj, and it's produced by Puneeth Rajkumar. You guys hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video, and if you want to see exclusive content from Jaby KOAY and the people on the channel and stuff, head over to patreon.com/Jaby KOAY and check out our stuff there if you're interested in that. Anyway, let's check this out.
ಸರ್ 1977ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದರೋಡೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕೊಲೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದೇ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯ್ಡು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆಪ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗಿದ್ದ. ಈ ಮೂಳೆಗಳು ಆ ಕೇಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಡೆಡ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಕೇಸ್. ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕೊಲೆಯಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸುರೇಶ್, ವಯಸ್ಸು 32.
I like the way it's shot already. Yeah. It looks really cool. Like these wide angle shots and whatnot. The very like 16mm lens that they got on there to show you everything. It's really cool. Oh, what's going on there? It's got a very noir feel, huh?
ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಇವ್ರುಗಳ ತುರಾಸೆ ಮಧ್ಯ ಮಗು. ನಂಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಾಯ್ಡುಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಇದ್ದ ಅಂತ.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರು ನೀನು?
ಸಾಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನೇ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ.
10 ದಿನ ಟೈಮ್. ಆದರೂ ಇದಳಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅವಳು ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ದೊಡ್ಡವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಳಿಂದ ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ರು. ನಿನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗದೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇ ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Wow.
ಸತ್ಯ ಬಿಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇರೋ ಸುಳ್ಳುಗಳಿಗೆ ಕುರುಡಾಗಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ.
Whoa. Wow, they were like just kind of going through all those shots super fast. Oh, hold on, sorry.
That was awesome.
This trailer was edited together so quickly, it gave you glimpses right away of all these beautiful shots throughout that film. And it's noir, and you're into noir.
I love noir. In the best way possible. It looks classic noir. You know, you got a bunch of suspects. It seemed like you got that hard-boiled detective, which I love that line. He said something like, "What's your plan if it fails?" He's like, "I'm gonna shoot everybody." I love that. That's awesome. That's like my plan in real life. You know, it's got like people dying, bunch of suspects, there's political intrigue, there looks like there's like an actress as well. That shot's awesome. The one over the freeway, and then right before that there's all those like neon colors, like that's another noir-y thing.
Oh, when it's when he's in bed rolling around.
Yeah, and there's like green, blue, red. You know, like the neon is a big thing.
I'm not as well versed in noir, like my familiarity with it is not as strong, I should say.
So usually there's a detective who down on his luck, or like this is his last job, his or her last job, or they got nothing to lose, a femme fatale. There's the military, and then they even talked about the political intrigue. There's always like a bigger picture. It starts with one murder and it ends up being something where like the church is taken over, you know,
like
politics.
Like a domino effect of
always,
uncovering.
yeah. Oh,
gotcha.
and it's always bigger than it actually seems.
The film trailer favored two angles. Either it was like very wide or it was tight.
Really intimate.
They call that a choker shot, right? I mean, it was also on objects, like very tight on the objects. And it's interesting because that's a very extreme choice to go with. It reminds me of old westerns because that's the kind of thing they would do.
It's the other side of the coin in a sense, or maybe the same side of the coin on the different side.
There's several coins in the bag.
There's several coins, and
all doing
film noir and
similar
westerns
things.
are in the same bag
Yeah, exactly.
of both coins.
Yeah.
You know, it's super stylized, which this one is too. It's like super hard lighting, so it's like a lot of shadows and stuff. I noticed that a lot of colors again. I love that. You know, there's the red again. When he's punched him in the grave, that was crazy.
I'm into this just for the cinematography alone.
Yeah.
Like, that is what's making me really engaged with this trailer. It feels like one of those movies that is very inspiring in terms of just the way it's shot. I would run out and watch it just for that. For me, those are the films that draw me in, is stuff that will inspire me and give me ideas for how I would want to approach my own subjects, my own films and whatever. The first thing that always comes to mind, which is probably not the thing people would expect, is The Departed. There are so many cool angles in that movie. My first time watching it, I was like, whoa, like this guy, I didn't realize it was Martin Scorsese when I first watched it. I was just so mesmerized by the angles that were chosen because of the way they emphasized things. And I'm getting that same feeling here. I'm not saying it's Martin Scorsese. I'm really enjoying...
It's better.
It's better. I don't know if anyone could top Martin Scorsese for me. He's my favorite director. Even right from the very beginning, because you were saying how you like the overhead shots, like it's right there on top of him as he's trying to, solve this murder.
Which makes sense with, the noir thing is like, you're seeing the scene, you're seeing what the detective is seeing or the killer or whatever. And like, that's super cool. It's a super cool choice.
It almost feels like this would be the very beginning of the movie too, not just the beginning of the trailer. I mean, they started out Crash the same way. When Don Cheadle discovers his, well, I'm not gonna say who he discovers because that would give away the whole movie if you haven't seen it yet. It's always an interesting place to start. You get a strong sense as to what's going on and just the sheer scope as to what his endeavor is. Like he has to resolve something that's huge and
Way bigger than him.
and well beyond his abilities. At least at the moment, he's got to step up and, it's crazy. Big responsibilities. There was a shot at the very, very end of the trailer where the fire had paused and he walked up. And
so cool.
That to me indicated that him investigating things and like he's kind of rewinding, playing, hitting pause in his head. And that's what that was symbolic of. He's going over a report and then the fire erupts.
That's cool. I didn't even think of that. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
But also another stylistic choice that this, like, obviously this movie's gonna make a lot of those.
A lot of guns. A lot of action, but it feels like
killing.
Yeah, a lot of killing, but it feels like it's in the service of a good story as opposed to being violent just for the sake of being violent. That's my whole thing. The only exception I make for that rule is probably John Wick.
But even John Wick, the same thing with film noirs. They comment the amount of violence is on purpose because they're commenting on like this violence. Violence breeds violence and all that kind of stuff.
As long as it's story driven, for me, that's what's important. Is that it has to be motivated by something actually happening, dramatically speaking, and that seems to be the case here. Like if someone's getting close on your tail and like, the cop about to get the murderer, now that murderer's gonna turn on the cop,
Yeah.
What the cop?
I was just pretending to be the guy driving.
Okay. Driving away, trying to escape from the cop. When it was going through the series of people, was that the witnesses?
That's what I took it as.
Okay.
Or no, not the witnesses. I took that as the suspects.
Oh, potential murderers.
Potential, yeah.
Really?
But some of them look like that woman crying. But then, you got a Murder on the Orient Express situation where it's like the least likely person could be the killer, like the woman crying, the mom or whatever, could still be the killer, I guess.
So it's like Clue, in a way?
Yeah.
Can you explain Orient Express for those?
Well, I was kind of wrong when I realized that's not the best example, but Murder on the Orient Express, there's a bunch of people on a train, and the basic thing is that any one of them could be the killer. They were all on that train, and so the detective knows that someone killed this person, so it's got to be someone on the train, basically.
One of the things you mentioned earlier that I actually I'm appreciating more now that I'm looking at the trailer again is the lighting, the moody lighting. And it's aggressively contrasting.
Aggressively is an awesome word.
Yeah.
I'm sure the director would love that. Yeah.
I mean, it is aggressive in terms of the contrast, and I like that, like the harsh shadows and whatnot. In this shot right here, looking down I don't know what this is, if it's a stairway or a tunnel or whatever, but I really, really like this shot a lot. The way the lights hitting the walls, the subjects in the middle, it's all converging towards the center.
Frame within a frame.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It is a frame within a frame. I'm really digging the director's style, and I would love to know the influences that spoke to or informed what made this film what it is. Like, where did he get his ideas for how to shoot this movie? It's crazy. Like,
it is.
Every single shot in this film feels like it was really considered thoughtfully. Even the things that you wouldn't think about, like at the very beginning, this wide shot under the freeway, it could easily pass as just arbitrarily chosen. I can tell it's thoughtfully chosen because the lines are converging towards the center. Like the way stuff is in the background, it's like it's perfectly situated with the subject.
That line looks like it's literally like splitting the screen in half,
right?
Which is pretty cool.
I'm sure on some level the director considered what this says emotionally for the character that we're not able to register at this point in time because we don't have enough context for the film. But yeah, I'm definitely into this.
Yeah, looks like a cool film.
So he wrote a movie that I like that you would really be into called Anand. Anand is a movie that a lot of people in India really, really liked. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. And you're into the noir thing. That it has very strong noir overtones.
Cool.
I would love to bring you back and hear your review of Anandan because I think that it's a film that's definitely right up your alley.
Cool.
Stylistically speaking.
That was his movie right before this one.
He wrote it. He didn't direct it. He's directed before in 2016. I don't know what that movie is. I don't know if I've looked at it. Godi Bana Sadharana my
Film
God.
noir again, though.
Looks like film noir. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to see this guy's work. And that got an 8.9 out of 10.
Dope.
This guy is doing good stuff.
Yeah, that's
obviously.
awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
really into it. All right, you guys, let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to check out Jared on the social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, vlogs, interviews. I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
Jared.
Peace out.